record to this computer. Give me about an hour or two after this call is finished just to download the recording from Zoom, put it up on YouTube, and then I'll shoot you guys a recording of this, as well as a link to our YouTube with a bunch of additional trainings, and then also a link to a previous advanced training so that if you do want to kind of watch from start to finish, you can totally do that. Today, I am going to ask you guys just to keep yourselves muted. We have a lot to get through. At the very end, we'll do a big Q&A. You can unmute yourselves, no problem. I know you guys are wearing a ton of different hats. You're juggling a ton of different things. And I know that sometimes, you know, you're watching the training, but you're also kind of taking phone calls on the side or multitasking. Totally fine. It's just tough to when you're like in a flow and then somebody takes a phone call and you're like, oh shoot, who was it? Trying to figure it out. Don't worry. We'll get to all the questions and answers at the very end. If you do have any questions, shoot them down below where we were just chatting about where we're all from. Just shoot them down below, put your questions in there. I'm notoriously terrible for manning the chat while I present, but don't worry, I will get to them at the very end. If I do miss your question, just nudge me, shoot me an email after. I'm more than happy to answer it. We're going to be chatting AI twins today. We're going to jump right in. One final thing actually is that if you have not done the onboarding yet, so if this is your very first call, you haven't done an advanced training and you haven't done your onboarding call with Nick quite yet, if you're a brand new user, just make sure that you schedule that onboarding, okay? You're still going to get a ton of value out of today, but it just might feel a little overwhelming if you haven't set up your account yet. We are not going to go through any setup here. We don't go through setting up your profile, your colors, your headshots, your logos, any of that stuff. We don't do any of that preliminary stuff in the advanced trainings. We go straight to advanced. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, it might just be that you haven't done your onboarding yet. So where you clicked into join live training and you signed up for this call, just make sure you click into it, find a time that works for you to do your onboarding with Nick. He's amazing. He'll take good care of you, but you're still going to get a ton of value out of this. But I just always like to make that clear in case you've accidentally bypassed the onboarding, you can still go ahead and do it on a time that works for you. And I think that should be it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we're good. Let's jump into AI twins. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. Perfect. And let me just minimize some of this stuff because I've got a lot going on in front of me right now. Beautiful. Mike or Glenn or Michael, you guys want to give me a quick thumbs up if you can see my screen, okay? Beautiful. I'm seeing the thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to minimize our heads now and I'll jump right into it. Beautiful. Okay, so today we are going to be chatting about AI twins specifically. So AI twins is a new feature that we just launched early last week. So it's been live for almost 2 weeks now. It's live on your content calendar. It's available to everybody. It's not an additional cost or anything like that. It is a feature that we plan on continuing to improve just as we kind of get suggestions and feedback from you guys. You know that we quite literally build in real time based off of what you were asking for. This was a very highly requested feature. So we've launched it. We're continuing to improve it, which I'm going to kind of touch on some of the improvements that we've made in the past week already. But we're going to chat about what exactly AI twins are, where you can find them on the content calendar, how you can set them up, and just some kind of tips and tricks so that you can go into setting your AI twin up properly. So the first thing is, what is an AI twin? Okay, so an AI twin is a digital version of you created from your headshot and your voice that helps you generate personal, hyper-local video content without having to film it yourself. So this, you've probably seen these posts while you're scrolling through your Instagram or your Facebook. Very, very popular. There's tons of companies out there that are now doing these kind of digital avatars, digital AI twins. We've now introduced it into the platform. Great way for you to put out video content without having to film your own face, without having to, you know, set aside time to kind of put these things together. This is going to be a great addition to your aesthetic B-roll reels, which we chat about in the advanced calls. So those videos that you can post through the platform, it's going to be a great addition to the slideshow carousels. So when you have a carousel and you convert it over to a slideshow video, and it's going to be a great addition if you are already filming yourself. Maybe you're taking a video of yourself once or twice a month and you're posting on your socials. This is a great addition to kind of add additional video content without having to do a ton of extra work, okay? Setting up your AI twin. So you're only going to need two things in order to set up your AI twin. You're going to need a headshot, at least one, and a voice sample. And this is where you are going to find it on the platform. So I'm going to navigate over to the platform right now. I've logged into my own account just to show you guys exactly where to find it. Here on the left side navigation bar, you can open that up if it's not already open for you, and just scroll down to settings, okay? You're going to open up the settings, and right in the middle, you're going to see AI twin settings. So go ahead, click into that if you haven't set up your AI twin quite yet. You're going to see this will be clear. This will also be clear, and you have the ability to upload an image and also your voice, okay? I'm going to plot back into our little presentation super quick. The first thing you are going to do is you are going to upload a headshot, so an image of yourself. Things to keep in mind here are that you want to make sure that you upload a headshot that is clear, okay? So clear, not blurry, something like this. It has to be forward facing, so not something that's facing to the side or like an action shot of you. It also must be the same person. So if you plan on uploading two headshots, you have the ability to upload up to two. If you just want to upload one, totally cool. If you want to upload a second one, just make sure you are uploading the same person, because the platform is going to allow you to upload one voice to match your person. You can't have two completely different people, okay? So just make sure that when you upload your image, it's going to be the exact same person. So this is me. This is also me. Make sure that you're forward facing, very clear, it's not blurry, and up to two different images. And what I suggest here is, instead of, you know how you do your headshot photo shoots and you're wearing one outfit, and maybe you do one with one background and another with another background, and you're facing this way and you're facing that way. If you are wearing the same outfit in your photos or you look the same, don't upload two of them. You want to make sure that the two photos you're uploading are the same person, but you have different outfits or different hairstyles, something that's going to distinguish, two different looks, so that you can create a variety of different AI twin posts with your two different looks, okay? So if you have, this photo right here with you in a white shirt, and that same photo, but maybe you're facing an opposite direction, or maybe you're in front of a brick wall, that's not going to make much of a difference. What you want to focus on is what you're wearing, what your face looks like, what your hair looks like. Maybe you have some sort of a piece of jewelry or accessory or something like that, just something that kind of looks different. The second thing you want to focus on is you want to avoid any group images like this. So no group images. The AI does not know which one you are out of that. Don't upload anything like that. Don't upload any full body images as well. You want a headshot specifically, a clear, large headshot, not a body image. No blurry images. This one's blurry as well. Nothing like that. No side profiles like this. You want your image to be facing the front. And again, avoid uploading two photos of the same headshot and the same look, but a different, background or a different whatever. You want the two looks to be different. One little side note here is, at the very end of this, I'm going to show you a little bonus as to how I actually created these two headshots. So this headshot here with the white shirt is my actual headshot. It's the one that's on LinkedIn. It's a real photo of me. And this one in the black t-shirt is actually one that I created online with ChatGPT to give me two different looks. So for those of you who are watching this who are like, shoot, I haven't done a headshot photo shoot in like 10 years. I only have the one headshot. Don't worry, at the very end of this, I have a little bonus for you where I'm going to show you how you can actually create a second look like this very easily, and you can upload two different looks. So that you will upload up here in your looks. You can only choose one default at a time. So right now my default is this one. I'm going to show you guys how you can kind of swap up your look in the generation flow, but just think you're going to have two different photos like this, and then you're going to upload your voice. When it comes to your voice, you are going to click to record your voice, and you're going to see this little script come up, okay? So it'll tell you, before you begin, make sure your device's microphone is turned on, it's unobstructed and working properly, and that your volume is turned up, okay? And then you can click start recording. What it does is it's going to count down for you. It's going to say 3, 2, 1, start recording. And then you just have to read this little paragraph right here, okay? Read this paragraph, be super natural, talk like you normally would to a friend or a family member. read it out loud. Pretend like you're in, ninth grade and the teacher's called upon you to read the textbook out loud. Just do that. Read it out, super natural. It's going to take you, I promise you, I've done this like 10 times now in testing. It's going to take you max 38 seconds to record this paragraph right here, okay? You got to make sure you're speaking clearly and that you're speaking in your normal voice. Record. My suggestion here is to do the recording directly on RealEstateContent.ai. It's going to give you two options, either the option to record in real time like this, or to upload a voice sample of your voice that you've recorded elsewhere. I very much recommend to just do this. It's literally 38 seconds long. It's not going to take a long time. With the third option, like the upload your own recording, whether you're taking it from a YouTube video or an old video, or I just find that it's not as accurate as sitting down and just reading this out loud in real time. So I definitely suggest just doing that. Make sure that your microphone is on and your volume is up. We have noticed a couple people who've set up their AI twins and just forgotten to turn on their volume or turn on their microphone, and then they're recording, but it's not actually hearing them. So just double check that before you get started and you're totally good to go. It's going to save your voice. It's going to save your 2 headshots. And then when all of that is uploaded, it's going to give you a preview of your AI twin. So it's going to be taking your image, taking your voice, and it's just going to be generating you a little preview so that you can see, okay, this is what your AI twin is going to look like. Be patient with it here while it does its thing, especially in the very first go when it's first creating this avatar. It takes a little bit of time. So just give it a sec, be patient, let it do its thing. When it's ready, it's going to give you a preview that looks like this, okay? So it's going to pop up. Everybody's got the same background. Don't pay attention to that background. It's just simply a preview. You want to pay attention to your twin, okay? Everybody is going to have the same kind of cafe background for the preview specifically. Go ahead, hit play. You can get an idea of what your twin is going to look like. Once your twin is ready to go, so you've set up everything, you have your headshots, your voice in there, you've checked out your preview, now you can navigate over to the content calendar to create some AI twin posts. So once it's ready, you're like, okay, I'm all good to go. I got my preview. I'm going to now navigate to the content calendar. And within the content calendar, you're going to see this button here for create an AI twin post. Now you're going to notice that this button here has replaced the create trending news post. So if you've been around for a while, you know that there used to be a trending news post here. It's because your AI twin is actually going to cover trending news. So it's going to cover like different local community updates, stuff like that. Tend to find that like those types of local thought leadership posts tend to do really well with a face talking about them. So that's why for launching the AI twin, we decided to launch it for trending news specifically to start. As we kind of get your guys' feedback, suggestions, all that good stuff, we'll continue to move the AI twin throughout other features in the platform. But just think it started here. If there is a news post that you want to create that you don't want the AI twin to be a part of, totally fine. Go ahead, copy, paste the URL into the topic bar, go through the regular generation flow. Again, if this is your first advanced training, this is all going to be covered in that recording that I send you, but you're going to go through the regular generation flow. It's going to create you a typical post, like your normal post. So it's going to look, something like this covering your local news post. So you still totally have that option if you don't want to use the AI twin for the local news. Just think, AI twin, replace the local news. You can click into that, click create AI twin post. This will not work for you if you have not set up your AI twin. So obviously you can't create an AI twin post without setting it up first. Make sure you do that first before you navigate here. Here, you are going to be able to choose the day you want to create the post for and which platforms you want to create it for. So go ahead, choose the day. I'm going to go Saturday the 25th, and I'm going to go Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Then you're going to click next to choose your story. And what this is going to do is this is going to take your location that you plugged into your profile questions for location that you service, and it's going to pull any local trending community news in your area, okay? You can very easily change it if you want to look at a different area specifically. Mine is set up under Austin, Texas, so it's looking up Austin, Texas news. If it's something that happened a week or two ago, it's okay. It's actually going to literally word it like 2 weeks ago, this restaurant recently opened and, here's why it's great kind of thing. The other thing you can do here is if you're like, okay, I actually don't want to talk about any of these. I want to go ahead and generate more topics. You can do that. It's going to search the web. Any of the best SEO optimized articles, they're going to pop up in here first. Or if you have a very specific URL you want it to create content around, you can go ahead and click to add your own URL or link. So this is perfect if maybe you use like a very specific community blog to talk about like upcoming events, or maybe it's a specific news article that you want to chat about. You can just go ahead, copy, paste it directly into here, and the AI twin will cover whatever that article is about. Things to keep in mind with the add your own URL/link option are that obviously you want to make sure that that link is accessible to the public. So if it's behind a paywall, maybe you need a subscription to access it. Like if it's a certain newspaper, like the New York Times or something, and it doesn't allow you just access to it, we won't be able to see the article. So just keep that in mind. It's got to be a public facing URL. If you can't see it, or if you need like a password or an account or a payment to access it, we can't get to it either. So just keep that in mind. It's got to be public facing. Go ahead, you're going to click into the story you want to chat about, and then you're going to click into generate your script. So what this is doing is this is reading that article, okay? And it's giving you a script, and this is what the AI twin is going to say in the video. So you can take a look at it and just see, like, if you've ever wished for more adventurous food options close to home, Liberty Hill just got a win. Masala Pizza and Bites has opened their second spot, and it's all about South Asian fusion. Think creative pizzas and halal bites. You don't usually find around Austin. This isn't just another pizza place, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Give it a quick look over. Here you have a couple of different options. You can regenerate the script entirely. If you're like, no, you know what? I want a complete redo. Let's give it another shot. You can go ahead and click to regenerate the script from scratch. You can also go ahead to edit the script. So if there's anything specific you want your AI to say or not to say, here is where you can go ahead and edit it, okay? And I really want to focus on this because you want to make sure, you'll see this little description right here. You want to make sure that any changes you want to make to the script are done before you go ahead and generate your AI twin. Because once you've generated that AI twin post, it's taking that script, it's talking in that video, and you can't change it after the fact unless you go through the entire generation process all over again. It's just the way that it works. We're working with a third party like video generation company. So when you send it the script, it's creating the final product. We can't just go in after and be like, oh, actually don't say this, or oops, missed that. Make sure that you take some time, you take a quick look at this. If there is something very particular you want it to say, go ahead and make sure you make those changes before you proceed to generate your post, okay? Very, very important to remember that. You're also going to notice this little option down here called Include Text Overlay. And what Include Text Overlay does, I have an example here for you guys. What Include Text Overlay does is it adds that little hook on top of your video. So same as the aesthetic B-roll post or the static post, it has that little hook that kind of draws your reader in. So Austin opens doors to diverse neighborhood housing, just something that kind of tells the reader what the video is about. This is what it looks like when you toggle text overlay on. That's going to include that text overlay like this, that nice hook, which obviously you can change the font, you can change the colors, you can change exactly what it says after the post has been generated. Or you can choose to toggle text overlay off, and that's going to give you just a nice clean video, 3 panels of images that kind of match what you're talking about. There's no text overlay there. Entirely up to you whether or not you want the text overlay or you don't want the text overlay. But once you get to this point, if you're wondering, oh, like, what does that mean? That's what it means here, is it's just giving you the option whether you want that little hook on top of it or not. Again, keeping in mind that after you generate your post, you can totally delete it if you choose, you know what, I don't actually want the text overlay. You can add the text overlay as well if you choose to after the fact. You have access to the editor the same way you do any other post in RealEstateContent.ai, but this just kind of helps you if you do have something in mind to choose it before you click into generate. So you have that option. You can go ahead and choose. And then once you're happy with the script, you've chosen whether or not you want the text overlay, you can go ahead and click into choose your look. So this is new. This we launched based off of your feedback from last week. So we are collecting all the feedback we got. And the number one piece of feedback we got was that you wanted the ability to control your look through the generation flow. So if you do have more than one look, you can very easily toggle between your looks, and it'll kind of show you, okay, you want your black t-shirt look or you want your white shirt look, entirely up to you. This is just going to kind of give you a preview. Ignore that background. Again, this is just a very generic background that's put in the back that everyone sees just for the sake of you seeing what your twin is going to look like. But this isn't your post right here. Your post is going to generate after you proceed to the next part. And then this was the biggest piece of feedback, was the hand gestures. So you guys were like, listen, I want some of them to have hand gestures. I want some of them not to, or I prefer not to have hand gestures. Entirely up to you. Now you can actually control whether or not you want your generated post to have hand gestures. So you can go ahead, if you have it toggled on, your AI twin is going to speak with their hands. I'm just going to mute this so that it's not loud for you guys in your ears, but you'll kind of get the feel for it here, a little more animated, moving their hands around. Or if you're like, no, I don't want the hand gestures, you toggle them off. Again, I'm just going to mute this so that it's not loud for you guys. And you can see how this looks. This is just your AI twin speaking, no hand gestures. So entirely up to you. You choose that before you click to generate, and then you click into generate your AI twin posts, okay? So I'm going to show you what those posts look like. I already went ahead and generated a bunch of them before, but you'll see that once they land into your calendar, they will always be labeled AI twin right here on the top right-hand corner. One of the things that we realized in the past week as well since launching this is that the AI twin posts take a little while to generate. They take much longer than the regular video generation posts. And it's something that we're currently working on. It's just mixed with, it's a brand new platform that we're using, like a third-party video creation platform, but we're also sending a lot to it. So we're just trying to figure out how to kind of get that to speed up a little bit. In the meantime, though, what we've done, again, based off of your guys' suggestion and feedback, is that you are going to receive an email. So let's say you go ahead, you generate your post for the 30th, for an example. Your post is going to be generating in the background. Go ahead and continue on doing other things. Either generate more AI twin posts or generate your regular post, your videos, upload your own. Do what you would typically be doing when you're on the platform, or just navigate away from the platform if you have something else to do. What we've done is we've implemented an email notification. So if your AI twin post is taking a little bit longer to generate, it's actually going to trigger you an email once that AI twin post is completed and is ready and is in your calendar, ready to review, ready to schedule, all that good stuff. So that you're not sitting there like, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for that AI twin post to generate. That's okay. We know it's taking a little bit longer right now. Go ahead, navigate to other parts, get other things done. You're going to get an email once it's ready to go, and then you can plot back in and review it and all that good stuff. When your post has generated, it's going to look a little bit something like this. So same as our regular posts, just these ones are tagged AI twins so that you know what it is. You're going to go ahead, you're going to take a look at the caption. It's going to obviously generate you a unique caption that goes along with the story. It's not going to be exactly word for word what your AI twin is saying. It's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more informational. It's covering kind of what the story is about. And then you can go ahead, I am going to mute this just so it's not too loud for you guys. You can go ahead, take a look at your AI twin post, see what they're talking about. Okay, cool. You already approved the script beforehand, so you know exactly what it's going to look like. Fantastic. As you guys know, all of your posts always land as unscheduled in your calendar. You know that nothing is going to go out until you actually take a look at it. You go ahead, you give it the A-OK. Let's say you had it set for 7 a.m., but you're like, I actually would rather it go out at 9 a.m. You can go ahead, you can make those changes very easily before you schedule. You can go ahead and also edit the post itself. So go ahead into edit design. Let's say you're like, how I mentioned you could kind of change the color here. Let's say you want to change the font or the color. You can still access the editor the same way you would any other post in RealEstateContent.ai. Go ahead, change your font. Let's do bubble maybe. You can go ahead, make it smaller, larger, change that color, move it around, really get creative with it. Or again, if you chose text overlay, but you change your mind, you're like, I actually don't want the text overlay. That's okay. Just go ahead, delete it. You don't even need to use it if you don't want to use it. Same as the background. If you have a different background in mind, you can go through the image library. You guys know we've got 20,000 plus images in here. You can very easily go ahead, set it as the background, change your background around one of the other images if you'd like. Every aspect of the editor that you would typically use when you edit your posts, which again, for those who have not been on an advanced training before, you're going to get the recording of it. You have access to all of that. Add text, add shapes, add your logo, all that good stuff. You have access to all of that the same way you normally would. You can even move your AI twin around. So let's say you want to move yourself to the other side or to the middle or up higher, whatever you want, you can go ahead and reposition your AI twin. Completely customizable. When you're happy with your post, you just simply click save and exit, and then you go ahead and click into schedule and approve. That is going to change that status of that post to scheduled. So same way it does for all the other posts, it's going to change it from unscheduled to scheduled. Now you know that that post is going to go out on that day and that time as scheduled to that platform. If you want to make any additional changes to this, you need to make sure that you make those changes before the date and the time comes up. So in this case, before April 30th at 9 a.m., you got to make sure to make any changes you want before it actually publishes live. Once your post is scheduled, it's locked in, it's ready to go for that date and that time. So you got to make sure to unschedule that post first, make your changes, go ahead and schedule and approve it. Once the post goes live, so once this date and time has passed and your post changes to a posted status like this, that means that that post is out, it's in the wild, it's landed on whichever platform it was scheduled for. And if you want to make any additional changes like deleting it or changing the caption, you're going to actually have to log into your Instagram or your LinkedIn or your Facebook, etc., and make those changes directly on the platform. You won't be able to make it through RealEstateContent.ai in a way that it transfers over to a live post once it's been published. So all that stuff that we typically chat about in the advanced trainings. The final few things, so our text overlay, our no text overlay, another little reminder, our hands and our no hands. So now we've kind of got the ability to choose whichever we prefer. And then just a couple key takeaways that I wanted to touch on before we go into the Q&As. I know that this advanced training is a little bit shorter than our typical one, so we've got plenty of time at the end for the Q&As, but key takeaways are going to be to remember to upload 2 clear headshots, and they've got to be a different outfit or a different look. So not the same headshot, just different facing with the same outfit from the same photo shoot. It's got to be, you got to have 2 clearly distinct looks. And they can't be 2 different people. If it's you, it's just you. It's not going to be you. One is you and the other one is, your partner or something like that. You want to record your voice directly through the platform. So my biggest piece of feedback for voice is just record it directly through the platform. You don't have to, bring in another voice clip from something else. Just do it directly. It takes 38 seconds, really nice and quick. When it comes to post types, you guys know, if you have been on an advanced training with me, that variety is the name of the game. I am a big believer in you should have more than one look in here. You should use up the 2 looks. And I also think that you should kind of alternate between your hand gestures on or off. Of course, if you're very particular and you're like, I definitely want the hand gestures or I definitely don't, totally cool. But what I would suggest is actually switching up your look. So if you have a black t-shirt and a white t-shirt, switching that up, but also then switching up your hand gestures so that when your posts do go out, you have different types. You've got your black shirt with hand gestures, and you got your black shirt without hand gestures. You got your white shirt with hand gestures, and you got your white shirt without hand gestures. Then you're, changing the background in some of them have text overlays, some of them do not have text overlays. Variety is the name of the game. You want to make sure that you have different kinds of posts going out instead of just the same thing over and over and over again. The other thing is to review your script before generating. Something very, very important to note. You've got to review that script. I know that like a lot of the times we're just quick generate, click, whatever. And then after the fact, we're like, oh shoot, I didn't want, my AI twin saying that specific sentence, or I wanted them to touch more on this. Like, You got to make sure you take a look at that before you click into generate, because once that AI twin post has generated, if you want to make a change to what they're actually saying, so to the script, you got to go through the generation flow all over again, okay? And use sparingly. So I know that when we launch new features, sometimes we get a little like trigger heavy with them, or we're like, oh my gosh, yes, okay, I'm going to do this every day for the next 30 days. If you have been on an advanced training with me before, you know that I love to hammer home that variety is the name of the game, okay? You do not want your entire Instagram to just be, or Facebook or whatever feed it is, to just be the same type of post over and over and over again. And somebody lands on it and they're like, oh, okay, this is literally an AI twin post for every single day of the week. You don't want that, okay? Use this sparingly, 1 to 2 times per week. If you want to do 2 times, maybe you do Tuesday and Thursday or Monday and Wednesday. Split it up so that there's another post in between. If you just want to do it once, maybe do every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, you know, you have your kind of local thought leadership post going out. It's going to be your AI twin. And then, you know, Mondays, you've got your carousels. Tuesdays, you've got your reels. Wednesdays, you've got your AI twins. Thursdays, you've got your slideshow videos, and Fridays you do your own post. Maybe it's you and a family member or a pet, or you and the team, whatever. You want to make sure that you're putting out a variety. So although this is a super cool, super awesome feature, probably one of my favorite features on the platform so far, and it's only going to continue to get better kind of as we build it out and put it across more parts of the platform. Just use it sparingly, okay? Don't go too ham. You don't want 30 days straight of the exact same kinds of posts going out, whether it's AI twins or anything else. You want variety. And then AI twin posts take time, okay? So navigate away, continue using the platform. You're going to now receive an email once your posts have generated. So you'll know to go back in if you get sidetracked, if you pop on a phone call, you go to a viewing, whatever, you're going to know, okay, my AI twin's good to go. I'll just sit down and take a quick look at it. But just be patient. It's something that we're working on. It's something that we're very aware of, but because it's just such a new feature, plus we're also using this existing technology from other really incredible businesses, but we got to bring that in. So something to just keep in mind. We know that it's a little bit slower. We're working on the speed, and it's just going to get better over time. The same way, you know, in the past week or so, we've introduced the hand gestures and the emails and all that good stuff based off of your guys' feedback. We're going to continue to do that. And then the final thing I wanted to chat about before we hop into the Q&As is just creating that additional headshot if you need one. So if you are like me and you have one headshot that you took back in 2022, which honestly, that's relatively recently. I know a lot of people, the last time they got headshots done was like 10, 15 years ago. It's not something that you do that often. So let's say you have one really, really great headshot and you're like, shoot, it would be nice for my AI twin to have a couple different looks, but I just haven't had a recent photo shoot for headshots, and I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. So how do I kind of get more than one look? What you can do. So this right here, this is my headshot from 2022. This is not a real headshot of me. This is not a recent headshot. I completely generated this online. Okay. 2026. Thank you, ChatGPT. So for those of you that are using ChatGPT, which if you are an agent in 2026, I hope you are using ChatGPT. You are going to open up your ChatGPT and you are just going to give it whatever headshot you have, okay? Put that headshot in there, and all you're going to do is say, can you take my headshot and give me another variation of it, a different hairstyle, and a dark t-shirt? If you don't want a dark t-shirt, a light t-shirt, a suit, whatever it is that is going to look different than your original headshot that you have. It's quite literally one quick prompt. This is exactly what you're going to put in there. You're going to give it your headshot. ChatGPT's image model has come such a long way in the past year. A year ago, if I would have put my image in there, it would have given me a completely different version of myself, like something that doesn't even remotely look like me, looks completely AI generated, would have changed my features around. Now, totally different story. This is the exact same face, but it's giving me a different hairstyle and a different shirt. I didn't have to pay for a new photo shoot. I didn't have to take time out of my day, whatever. I have generated an additional look just like this. And again, you can ask it to do anything. Maybe you don't even want a different hairstyle. You just say, give me another variation of it in a yellow shirt, blue shirt, navy suit, tie-dye shirt, whatever. Just go ahead, tell it exactly what you want. It'll take 2 seconds. ChatGPT will give you an additional version of yourself. And then that way, if you only have one headshot, now you got two. Now you got two different looks to put into your AI twin. It makes it super, super nice and easy. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to plop into this chat here. Amazing. Joe from Atlanta. Awesome. Thanks for the tip. Thanks, Michael. When adding text, we need the align and group tool. Oh, okay. Let me add that to my list, actually. Align and group, because you should be able to group in the editor. I wonder if it's just these posts specifically that I will bring that back to the team. Love that. So sorry, but I have to run. Thank you. No worries, Kat. And then Joe's just got his hand up. So go ahead, Joe. You can unmute yourself.
All right, this is my first meeting, so I've got to go through onboarding, but this is very good stuff. So in
Awesome.
regard to the headshot, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I notice yours are like a bust up. I've got a headshot that doesn't really show my bust. Do we need to redo it so you see a little bit more of the body?
You're totally fine. Yeah. Like put it in there. If you find that your AI twin, when it generates, you're like, ooh, I wish it could show a little bit more. You can go ahead and do the same thing with ChatGPT and just put your headshot in there and say, hey, I want you to show a little bit more of my bust and put me in a navy suit. It'll do the exact same thing for you. You don't have to retake a new photo or anything like that.
Right, but do it in Chat GTP. And if there's a slight background, I need to will it Chat GPT take the background out?
You don't even have to worry about that. We take care of the background for you. So
Oh,
we'll
you do?
remove it. Yeah.
All right,
So
fantastic.
anyone here who has headshots, maybe you're on a either brick wall behind you, Ivy, office, whatever. Don't even worry about that. Plug your headshot in there. We actually remove all of that in the process. So you don't have to worry about any of that.
All right, and so I understand you. Let's say you set all your things up for a month, all your standard posts. Now you're going to set up one a week for twins. So can you go ahead and set them all up, and then will it take too much time to try to generate four before it locks in, or do you need to separate those a day at a time so it generates? How does that work?
I think you could totally do it in one sitting. Do like generate your first Wednesday. While that's generating, go through the process again, generate your next Wednesday, choose a new article, your next Wednesday after that. You can do it in one sitting. You don't have to split that up day by day. Just know that like it'll take a little bit of time for those to populate in, but you're totally cool to continue on doing whatever on the platform and they'll come in when they come in.
And you're putting them into the day of the week to start the generation, right? So it'll,
Yes.
all right. So you sit it in the day of the week, start it, go to the next one, start it, and
Yes.
then later when it gets done, you say go. Is that right?
Well, you're going to hit generate. So let me share my
But you
screen.
said it takes a while for it to create it, and then you have to review it to say post, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna choose one story at a time. So
Right.
let's say I do Wednesday, May 6th to start. I choose my platforms. I go through the process of choosing a story, reviewing my script, choose my look. Okay, happy. I go into generate that post. It's gonna start generating May 6th for me, and I'll see a little shimmering post. Like you'll see it kind of shimmering, like a shimmering rectangle as it's generating. I just let it generate and I continue on to go back into create AI twin post. And now I'm going to May 13th. I do the same thing. And now I'm choosing my next story for May 13th. And I just allow it to continue generating as I'm kind of going through and choosing my other articles.
All right. And I rarely use Instagram or never done a video for LinkedIn, but are you suggesting you do videos for LinkedIn and Instagram and just wrote?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I think that which I'll send you the recording too for our typical advanced training, but I do think that it's good to sprinkle different kinds of content throughout all of your platforms so that you have like a video going out on LinkedIn, every Wednesday, and then you have a carousel post going out every Thursday. That way you're appealing to, because there are some people who are on LinkedIn who are like, I don't want to see a video. And that's fine. But there's some people who are looking, you want to appeal to like a wide variety of audiences, which is why I'm like, variety. Some people love videos, some people hate them. Some people love carousels, some people hate them. So you want to give the people a little bit of everything, you know?
One little small thing, because you're so great with explaining everything, but next time you do a video, you might put a shade or turn the blinds. You got a very bright hot spot behind you. That
Okay,
gigantic
no, good to know. We
video thought.
it's actually today is like the first sunny day we've had in Austin in like 4 days, and my dog is a sunbathing potato. And so he's like a big chunky bulldog, and he likes to just lay out there and pant his little butt off. So sometimes I just leave it open just so he can kind of get out there and pant a little bit and then come back. But very good to know. You're actually going to see me. I'm heading back to Canada next week. So the next advanced training you guys see will be me back home in Canada. So a different background. Awesome. Well, honestly, Joe, welcome. Hopefully I'll see you on a future advanced training. I'm gonna send you all the recordings. And then yeah, just know that I'm here literally every Friday, 1:30, but I'm also available via email. I'm gonna plop our email right in here if you guys ever have any questions. RealEstateContent.ai. Perfect. All righty, Carol, what you got for me?
Oh, thank you for taking my question. The minute I saw AI twins, I jumped right on it. I got really excited and it worked out well.
You know what, Carol, you do a very, very good job with your posts. I see them because I'm on our Instagram.
Oh,
You do a
okay.
really, really good job.
Oh, thank you. And I was a little concerned because there was text on the front that said read caption, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to take that off or leave it on. As it turns out, I really don't think it was necessary. Am I correct?
I think so. You probably did you toggle on the text overlay? Is that what happened? There's
I'm
like a
not
little
sure what
title.
I'm not sure what I did. It was the first time. So
Yeah.
maybe my question should be when I see recaption, can I delete that? Because
Totally.
I don't think it's, yeah, okay. And the second thing is, can you do carousels with the twins?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not
okay.
yet.
Okay.
However, I promise it is high on our priority list. We just wanted to launch the AI twins somewhere on the platform so that we could get a feel for what people think about them, how it handles volume. So, like, is it able to handle a ton of agents all generating AI twins, looking up stories? What can we kind of improve for it? Are we able to kind of move it around in the editor? What does it look like? Stuff like that. So we started with it covering trending news. However, we are very aware that people want to see it, in the carousel post. They want to see it in their listing posts, all that good stuff. So we know that 1000%. I promise that's the direction we're taking it in. We're just kind of taking it slow just to like improve it, make sure we're launching it properly, make sure we're launching things that you guys want, stuff that we didn't even think about. Like somebody reached out last week, they're like, can I add a wedding ring to the hand? And we're like, oh my gosh, we didn't even think about that. Like stuff like that. We want to make sure we perfect that. And then will kind of
It's
bring it
baby
to the
steps. Yeah.
platform. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a
Yeah.
very baby feature so
Yeah,
far.
but I'm loving it. And if you're checking what I'm doing, I actually post a month at a time.
You do, Carol, you do a very good quantity of posts.
Yeah, well, I try to give variety as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. No, you're doing a really, really, really good job. So I'm really glad
Oh,
to have you
thank
on this
you.
call.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I'll just plop into the chat here, see if there's anything else. Anita says, hope all the snow is gone in Ontario by next week. Oh my gosh. Honestly, apparently they had another dump on Monday. I've been talking to my parents and I'm like, I don't want to go home to snow. But in Canada, I feel like if you live in Ontario, you're not fully free of snow until the end of May. Once you've gotten through May, no snow. Now it's officially summer, but you can't get fooled by that fake spring in Ontario. Likes to get you excited and then give you a big blizzard. Okay, my friends. I think that was it. We had a lot of people asking about a replay. Don't worry, everybody's going to get a recording after the fact. I'll make sure to save this. I'm going to upload it to YouTube and then I'll send it to you guys via email. In that email, I will also send you a link to our YouTube with other recordings of other trainings. And then I will just make sure to do a good call to a previous advanced workshop from start to finish. So for those of you like Joe who haven't done one of the trainings from start to finish, you will get a recording of it if that's something that you want to check out, on your own time. But I do promise we will be back to regular scheduled programming moving forward. Usually we do go through the entire platform. It's just with big updates like this, we like to kind of dedicate a couple dedicated trainings for it. So you will see it go back to regular. Everyone's going to get a recording. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Eric. So good seeing you guys. Also really, really great seeing familiar faces on a week-to-week basis. I really appreciate that. And then I will promise that this will not be as bright next time. Awesome. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Michael. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate you spending your Friday with me. Again, if you ever have any questions, suggestions, feedback, please don't be shy. Shoot us an email. We are going to build this. We are quite literally building this for you guys in real time. So I promise it's just gonna keep getting better and better. So please, if there's something you want to see, let us know. Don't be shy. I think that's it. Okay. Goodbye, friends. See ya.